Coming up on the Sports Desk, this isn't your average bike ride. Torrance natives were out cycling for prize money. And a popular youth football camp is emphasizing safety first. Plus, it's roller hockey time. We have all this and so much more. The Sports Desk begins right now. Welcome everyone to the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. Your dreams are filled. You're rocking with the desk. Now, before we discuss a very popular bike race, we'd like to remind you to race over to social media and show us some love. Share your videos and photos with us, and remember to give us some ideas for future stories. If you know someone who should be featured on our show, please tell us, and we'll take it from there. It's as easy as that. If you're a cyclist, then you know what happened recently just down the road in the city of Manhattan Beach. Let's be honest, it was pretty big. Cyclists from all over the world competed in the 57th annual Manhattan Beach Grand Prix, including cyclists from right here in Torrance. Danny Miskell hopped on her bicycle and raced over to the event, and she files this report.
The Manhattan Beach Grand Prix is the second longest running race on the same course in the U.S. It attracts cyclists from all over the world and, of course, its neighbors in the South Bay, including Torrance. So we decided to mosey on over to show our support and see what this event brings.
Nice people that enjoy a good lifestyle, which fits in with the beach communities because the beach communities are a beacon for people who want to live good, healthy lives.
Most locals know Ted. He's a cycling legend, the founder of the South Bay Wheelman Cycling Club, and in 2006, he was inducted into the Bicycling Hall of Fame.
Not a short course, but it's not a long course, so it tests both speed and endurance, and it doesn't favor any one particular type of cyclist.
AJ, these cyclists that are coming up behind me right now are in the Masters Club, and this is actually for the age division of 50 to 60. And I just want to tell you a little bit about this course that they're racing on. So the course stretches for about 1.3 miles. It features 2 long straights, including 2 180-degree turns and 50 feet of elevation throughout the course. These cyclists are going to be hitting up to about 40 miles per hour in speed, especially when they hit that downhill section. They're going to need to use that momentum to propel themselves through the incline and to get past the finish line. So one of Torrance's very own, James Nakai, is racing in this club right now. So let's go ahead and check in with him to see how his race went today.
I did 2 races today. I did a Cat 4 race, which had a pretty major crash in the beginning of it, so we actually had about a half an hour stoppage, so we had to neutralize the race and then stop the race and then restart the race.
James, who likes to go by Jamie, considers the Grand Prix his hometown race. He's been competing in it since 1985, and he actually won this race 17 years ago. As an avid cyclist, he'll tell you that all his training and conditioning wouldn't be possible without Torrance.
The beauty of living in Torrance or living in the South Bay is we've got the peninsula, so if you want to ride up the hill, you got that. The weather's always perfect here. And you know what, actually, Southern California riders do really well. You know what, we have to train all year round.
We have another Torrance resident who seconds that. Attila Frutas says the entire South Bay has excellent terrain for cycling. But to be honest, he never feels the need to leave Torrance. Cyclists from Torrance like Jamie and Attila are a part of a huge network in the South Bay. They train on a weekly basis together, from the velodrome to even our own Tilo course by the Torrance Memorial Medical Center.
Torrance, where we live, it really helps cyclists to get better. The best training sessions, what we have every Tuesday night at Tilo. The course is fantastic. It does have technical turns. They have a chicane, they have an S-turn, which really can prepare you for fast speeds.
After all this training and preparation, Attila is looking forward to this race. He's wanting to push himself harder than he ever has and see just how much time he has left in his legs.
When you're a cyclist and you're a racer, you live for that pain.
No pain, no gain. And with cycling, it's more about what you do have to gain. It's a sport that offers longevity, community, and so much more.
You know, I'm 55 years old. There's not a lot of things that I can do where I can be competitive in.
The Manhattan Beach Grand Prix not only brings cyclists from all over the world, but it also sends cyclists on their way to participate in bigger races. Ted loves the fact that the Grand Prix has been somewhat of a breeding ground for locals to go on and compete nationally, taking a piece of their home in the South Bay with them.
People that have come out of racing in this bike race and started out at the beginning classes have gone on and progressed and been national champions, Olympic riders, team riders, and then professionals that have ridden in the Tour de France.
Reporting from the 57th Annual Chevron Manhattan Beach Grand Prix, I'm Danny Miskell with the Sports Desk.
Danny, thanks. Let's take a quick look at some of the big money winners, if you will. Justin Williams wins in the men's pro division. And way to go, Jasper. Look at that. The Torrance native takes third place. Awesome. Over on the women's side, congrats to Corin Rivera. And most importantly, congrats to all the men and women who competed. You guys rock. If you're wondering where high school basketball sensation Kayla Padilla will play her college ball, and I know you are wondering, here's your answer. The announcement was made on social media, and it's official. The Bishop Montgomery High School senior guard is going to be an Ivy Leaguer. That's right. After her senior season at Bishop, Padilla will play Division I basketball at the University of Pennsylvania. Congrats to Kayla, and equally important, congrats to the Penn Quakers. They're getting one heck of a student athlete. We can't wait for Kayla's senior season at Bishop Montgomery. More great news involving our local athletes. Get this, only 5 or 6 athletes from Southern California will compete for Team USA in the 2019 Special Olympics World Games. And guess what? Torrance native Johnny Pierce is one of them. You heard correctly. Fresh off his gold medal victory at the Special Olympics USA Games in Seattle, this guy right here, Johnny Pierce, was selected to swim for Team USA at the World Games, which will take place in March of next year in Abu Dhabi. Johnny will be traveling to Delaware in September to begin training camp with Team USA. That is awesome. I bet you didn't know this. Right before the football team takes the field at Murdoch Stadium for their summer practices, kids from right here in Torrance were on that very same field doing the very same drills that the college players do. How cool is that? Youth football leagues are starting up soon right here in Torrance, and before they do, these kids right here were taking part in the annual El Camino College Youth Football Camp, which is run by Elco's defensive coordinator, Andrew Alvillar. This camp emphasizes the importance of tackling the proper way. Safety is key, and these youngsters are taught to lead with their shoulders when tackling someone and not with their heads, which, if you think about it, eliminates the fear of getting hurt or sustaining injury.
For them, it's easy because they didn't go through what we went through. We went through using our head to tackle. They haven't experienced that. So what they're learning now for us as coaches is different than what we played, but now this is the better way because it keeps the injuries that everyone's worried about, the head injuries, out of the game. And that's what we're trying to do. So a lot of these kids right here in this camp are, I want to say 90% are flag players. But hopefully, eventually, they're going to play tackle. So I want them to have that same skill so when they transition into a tackle football, they already have the skills they need to tackle and feel safe, feel comfortable, so they don't have that fear. And they're able to be safe and not get hurt.
Good stuff. This little guy with the football here, his name is Nolan, and as you can see, he's having a great time out there. Look at him. This is what it's all about, people. And now Nolan, well, he's going to tell us what his favorite positions to play are and why he likes them.
Well, I have one on offense and one on defense. One on defense is linebacker, and my one on offense is wide receiver. I like wide receiver because you can catch the ball, score touchdowns, do your favorite dance. And linebacker, you get to tackle the running back.
Good answers. I like it. Look at this youngster here. This is awesome. Sign him up. This camp, which takes place every summer during the last 2 weeks of July, is for kids ages 5 to 13, and it serves as the perfect way to learn the basics.
The biggest thing that I think that these kids need to learn is being comfortable playing football. Because once you're feeling comfortable, then you don't have that fear. you know, and then they can come out and want to play. And the biggest thing, again, at the end of it, I want them to want to play.
And from one summer camp to another, the youth baseball camp over at the Torrance batting cages was taking place recently. This is another popular camp that takes place each and every year right here in Torrance. And check out these youngsters. They could be future big leaguers, you know. They're certainly at the right place for that, that's for sure. After all, Torrance batting cages will teach you everything you need to know about the fundamentals of baseball. Every year, the Cages offers a 3-week summer baseball camp, which is what you're watching right now, and the camp runs from 9 in the morning until noontime. And after the kids stretch and warm up for 30 minutes, it's now time to do some hitting drills. Learning how to bunt is, of course, one of them, and it's very important, as you know. There are plenty of fielding drills as well, and you gotta know how to run those bases, kids. Nice big turns, stepping on the inside corner of the bag. Look at that, good stuff. This right here is Kevin Tyler. He's the owner of Torrance Batting Cages. The Tyler family has been teaching baseball in the South Bay for years now, but Kevin tells us this camp is more than just baseball. It's about getting kids outside for a while and keeping them active.
Especially nowadays with so many kids playing, you know, video games and Fortnite being a huge thing, right? So anytime we can get our kids out and doing something active outside, getting some exercise, it's a great thing.
I come here to hit in the cages. It's fun hitting higher speeds than usually pitch to. And then after, I like to play wiffle ball because that's what we do at the end. It's really fun. I just hit a lot. I'm very competitive with the wiffle ball games, and I'm really enthusiastic about baseball.
This camp, we do a lot of hitting and fielding, and at the end we play wiffle ball, which is really fun. I come here a lot to practice hitting and sometimes pitching. It helps me with a lot of my footwork and when I field and a lot of hitting.
And Jared here actually competed in the pitch, hit, and run competition at Angels Stadium in Anaheim. How cool is that? Like those kids said, they get to play wiffle ball at the end of the day. Yeah, wiffle ball is the bomb. Love playing me some wiffle ball. If there was a wiffle ball Hall of Fame, I'd be in it. Don't forget the Torrance batting cages are open year-round over there at Wilson Park. For more info on all the cool stuff they have going on over there, you can call 310-320-2243 or visit them online at torrancebattingcages.com. All right, we're going to take a quick time out, but whatever you do, don't go anywhere because you won't want to miss this. You're going to meet someone who's been playing roller hockey for a very long time, and we'll have you cheering about the news surrounding this local cheer camp. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Eva Marie smoked 12,000 packs of cigarettes over 15 years. She quit, and now there's a new lung cancer screening that could save her life. You stopped smoking, now start screening. No matter how much you smoked, early detection could save you. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk, everyone. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Share your story ideas, post your photos and videos. We want to hear from you, Torrance. After all, this is your show, so be sure to stay connected. All right, another season of adult roller hockey is wrapping up over at Wilson Park. And if there's one thing you'll learn from watching this next story, it's that you're never too old to play competitive roller hockey, even if you're in your 60s. That's right, I said 60s. Cedric Welton explains.
Tonight we're at Wilson Park checking out the Copper Light Adult Hockey League, featuring some of the locals here in Torrance playing the sport that they love. A lot of competition and action takes place in this league, and if you're looking for a new way to stay active this summer, look no further.
Hockey's a great sport. I've been playing my whole life, and it's a good team sport. You know, everyone out here is pretty close to each other and all good friends, and just the camaraderie is great, and it's a good time. It's been around a long time. I've been playing here since I was 3 years old.
I've been playing here since I was 14. It's a pretty cool league. I enjoy it.
Wish I was still young to go pro, but didn't happen, so here I am playing rec league.
One of the underrated stories of this league is that of player Chris Rozovich. He's been around Wilson Park since the genesis of the hockey rink. He's now 68 years old and still takes the time to show guys how it's done. And he's showing no signs of slowing down.
It's been pretty amazing. The rink wasn't here. It was just nothing but a concrete slab, and it was like a picnic area. And I used to bring my kids to the park over here to have them play on the recreational equipment over there. And I saw some guys out here on the cement, and they were hitting a puck around in a trash can. But I saw that, and they were on roller skates, and I said, man, that looks like fun.
Chris has been such a staple of hockey at Wilson Park that he used to coach the current league organizer. While there's been many changes over the years, the one constant has been the rink has been an outlet for hockey lovers to come out and play.
He's a fantastic player, and today, when he was a kid, he was really good too. But Aaron has really taken care of business here. He's kept everybody in check. Everything runs smooth, and my hat's off to him.
You get a lot of the old guys like Chris that have been playing here forever, and we still have a lot of guys like him that just playing here a long time, and it's kind of cool to see them still playing here. Chris is in his 60s, so it's awesome to still see guys like that out here playing.
Camaraderie is huge at this park and within this league. Whether you are new to the sport or just looking to stay in shape, there's nothing but welcoming vibes from these players. They encourage everyone to come out and strap on some skates.
Basically, there's only 2 roller rinks around here in the South Bay, besides one in Mar Vista and then this one. There's indoors in Orange County, but Orange County is ran by the Ducks. There's a whole lot of people in Orange County that play roller and ice. Love to get people to come out here and play down here in Torrance. It's a good facility.
You can't beat it. You cannot beat it. I love this sport. I've watched it growing up. You know, I've watched the LA Kings and gone to a lot of their games, and it keeps you in fantastic shape. I mean, I'm 68, and you don't see, I'm the oldest guy, and you don't see anybody my age out here, and everybody out there should get on a pair of roller skates and come on out.
What an exciting matchup and fun game to watch. Tonight, the Outlaws defeated Gasoline Alley 8-1. Reporting from the Wilson Park Hockey Rink, I'm Cedric Weldon for the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Cedric. If you'd like to learn more about the Adult Roller Hockey League at Wilson Park, give the registration office a call at 310-781-7590 or send them an email at rollerhockey@torranceca.gov. All right, let's face it, there's always plenty to cheer about over at South Bay Cheer 360. They held a field day recently for one of their cheer camps, and plenty of announcements were made. Danny Miskell has more.
Gyms don't build accolades like this overnight. It takes dedication, hard work, and a mindset of perfectionism. When you come to cheer here, you're going to be pushed to become the best you can be.
Because at Cheer 360, training never stops. The girls are now getting together with other cheerleaders from Pop Warner and the Torrance High Schools for cheer camp. It's a time where they really get to focus and sharpen up their techniques and their tumbling skills. It's summertime, which means it's the best time to take these classes outdoors, which is why we're heading to El Prado Park right now to see the girls for field day.
Welcome to Team Techniques Camp. It's geared towards helping the girls get back to basics. They have sharp moves, but nothing's going to get past the judges at competition, and they're striving for perfect scores.
They've been going over their stunts, jumps, and dance, going over the tumbling technique and reviewing everything. It's just breaking everything down bit by small little bit, and getting them to perform perfectly.
Oh, I just love that we get to come together as a team and work together to compete against the other teams. I think it's fun to play games, and yeah, it's fun to get to know each other.
What these girls already have in common is that they are fearless flyers. Many of us can never even try the acrobatic stunts they do. What's stopping us isn't going to stop them.
I think tumbling is difficult for pretty much everyone, but it's mostly a mental thing. If you can get over the mental block of being afraid of doing tumbling and flipping upside down and stuff, then it becomes easier, and it's really fun.
It sure is fun, but that kind of fun requires training. They're practicing each and every part of their routine over and over again, and it might be repetitious. But for tumblers like Caitlin Krafik, she knows that repetition is helping her become a better competitor and a better person outside of cheerleading.
I really like cheer because it's just kind of like my way to like have fun and like escape things that maybe like get me upset and everything. And especially if you're older and you're just starting out, the coaches definitely like help you get a bunch of skills really quickly. And I think it's a really good experience that many people should get like to know.
The coaches, of course, play a big role in the camp's program. They've incorporated new experiences so the girls can have more team bonding activities. And it's been some of the greatest moments for the coaches and the staff to witness.
One thing that is just funny to watch is how at home they feel. So after lunch, we get to just watch them have some free time in the gym, and I think that's the best part because that's when the personalities come out, and that's when you can see just how comfortable and at home they are in our gym. It's a good feeling.
I've definitely gotten really close with all the other girls, and they're definitely like some of my best friends, and I know that they'll be like my lifelong friends just because there's like experiences that you go through with your cheer friends that like your other friends from like school and stuff can't really like experience with you.
All around, cheer camp is an important tradition for cheer squads. It's the perfect time to learn new skills, perfect techniques, connect with teams, and of course, experience some friendly competition.
Cheer is a very fun sport, and definitely you have to be very athletic to do it. So I think if you like competing and you like having fun and being very athletic, then it's a really good sport for you.
Reporting from El Prado Park, I'm Danny Miskell with the Sports Desk.
Danny, thanks. As the old saying goes, the family that plays together stays together, especially if that family is playing the game of badminton at the Torrance South Bay YMCA. Trust me, this will all make sense. I promise. Danny Miskell has our story.
Members of the Y have found a nice change of pace to their weekly routines. Badminton only comes around once a week, so this court fills up pretty fast.
It's really been growing in the past few years, I would say, with our community. Since we did 3 different levels, it doesn't matter what skill level you are. You could be a beginner and not know how to play, and then you could be advanced who you want to play competitively and come out and practice.
The class welcomes friends to play each other, families to play together, and for this little man, he loves coming for one reason only.
Because I want to beat my dad.
Ryan's mom, Linda Walk, says that their family is competitive. They've been mixing up teams and having a good time seeing who's going to beat each other in the next match. And they just started playing together recently. They're already hooked.
I guess it's something that you can pick up pretty quickly. So initially, you know, it's a little different than other sports, but once you pick it up, it's pretty easy to play with each other.
In badminton, the first player or team to get 21 points wins. You can play as singles or as doubles. They both have their pros and cons.
With the doubles, you want to put more on the placement, where the other players are, or where you can put how much power you should put on your swing, or where should you place your shuttle. With the singles, you can go for the kill, like you can literally go for the big shots.
But when it comes down to it, sometimes you can only play doubles because it's jam-packed. So everyone here respects the limited time that they have and rotates after every match.
It's like a family time. We play with each other, we give time and space to each another person who's waiting in the line. So people are very generous here.
Badminton matches can last longer than you think. Here's a fun fact. How many minutes would you say was the longest recorded badminton match? Well, the answer to that is 124 minutes. And the shortest match lasted for only 6 minutes. I'm curious to see how long their matches are lasting. So let's ask a couple of these players how many minutes their matches are averaging.
Depends, like depends on the team. If the team is one team is very strong, then it could be within like 10 minutes, really fast. But if they're really strong players, both parties or both sides, it could go for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depends.
For members like Jayanthi, she tried other sports like tennis, and it would just put a strain on her body. But then she fell in love with badminton because she could keep up with it. She's been playing for a year now and is already competing in badminton tournaments.
Just get a good workout with it, and it's just fun because I think when something is fun and you enjoy doing it, you'll probably do it more, and that's kind of what I've done with badminton.
And no one could be more supportive of her determination with badminton than her son Prati.
She really loves badminton. She always
she plays for like hours at a time.
And there was one thing that really opened Jayanthi's eyes at the tournament level about badminton, and it's why she encourages everyone to try out this sport.
Age is not a big deal here. You know, you can start at any age. I think that's a great thing. And I think if you start it and if you love it, you would stick to it.
So members of the Y, don't be shy. It's fun to mix things up sometimes. This just might be the sport for you.
What's great about badminton is it's an active sport. You're living a healthy lifestyle by doing it, even if it's just once a week, but it gets you involved in more so than just badminton. So badminton could be your stepping stone if that's what you're interested in. Coming from a staff perception, it's a part of a bigger idea, I guess.
Reporting from the YMCA in Torrance, I'm Danny Miskell with the Sports Desk.
Thank you, Danny. All right, that does it for this edition of the Sports Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, we appreciate your support. My name is AJ Vittone, and I've seen, heard, and said enough for 1 week. We'll continue this conversation again real soon, I promise. Until then, don't forget to follow the Sports Desk on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And remember, you can email us as well. We'd love to hear from you. That's all the time we have, sports fans. We'll catch you next time right here on the Sports Desk.